There's the scoreboard. Final Boss 2, Status Quo 1, and it's time for game number 4 of the Best of 5 series. Final Boss, the number 1 seed, taking on 4-seeded Status Quo, and Final Boss has to be feeling good after that last one. But guys, it's time to see if Status Quo can saddle up and send this one to game number 5. We're getting on board with Capture the Flag and Narrows coming up next.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game type. One of Final Boss's strongest game types here. I expect them to control top, middle, and Pistola to be a distraction all game long.
Capture the Flag here on Narrows. You saw it earlier. Go to the enemy's base, bring their flag back 3 times, and you will win the game. There's rockets down low, and the snipers seem to be the game-changing weapon. We're getting this game started right now with Enable from Status Quo.
And Enable's really going to need to impress me here. If he wants to do anything right now in this tournament, this is his time. Every team wants to stay in the winner's bracket. Enable's a great player, but right now he needs to step it up.
And guys, on the pregame show, we're talking about who needs to catch fire for Status Quo to see success in this tournament, and you guys both said Enable.
Yeah, and that's mainly because we have him in our top 5 of best overall players, so we expect a lot out of him, but sometimes on the main stage versus the big names, he doesn't perform as well as he does versus the lesser teams, and that's just because he needs to adjust his play style.
Yeah, he's just an extremely talented player. Sometimes I feel like he gets a little overwhelmed during the games, but he needs to calm down. Right now he's playing extremely well on this map. He needs to control this game for Status Quo.
Extremely smart guy. I was hanging out with him in the Dr. Pepper Ultimate Gaming House earlier today. He was telling me what he saw with the Final Boss Carbon series and what was going wrong for Carbon. But guys, let's change our screen to another guy. It's Flamesword here who's doing work. Looks like a pretty slow start here for Status Quo, though they aren't able to establish top control, and we got Fear itself sitting top middle right above Flamesword with a sniper.
And Ogre 2 is just being a thorn. He got behind him and he hasn't looked back since, and now Status Quo has to stop this flag right now, and they have so many, Final Boss has so many players in so many great positions.
Ogre 2 and Victor X were pushing into the lobby, distracting, and then Ogre 2 is able to grab that flag, rally it back as Fear itself delays Status Quo just long enough for Final Boss to put it in. So Ogre 2 puts the first flag of the game in for Final Boss, and now he's making his way top middle.
And that was a great play. It was just a solid flag run right there. Ogre 2 coming from behind, the rest of the team stopping basically distracting the rest of Status Quo for that cap. Overall, great run.
But Chris, I'm looking over here at the blue squad, that's Status Quo, and it looks like they're making a strong push top middle right now.
Yeah, and they are, and they want to control this top middle against this Final Boss team. They know in order to get a flag cap against this team, they're going to have to trap them in their lobby and just get all 4 down. Because Final Boss is good enough that it only takes 1 player to stop a flag cap.
And it looks like Final Boss is trying to set up for a take-back strat. They had all 4 guys alive, waiting in their lobby for Status Quo to push in, but Status Quo has the better aggressive play here. Enable is going to be able to grab the flag as 2 members from SQ are going to be taken out last second. Ace trying to cover as much as he can. Enable all by himself here running the flag, but he gets it back to his L1. Let's see if SQ goes for the flag or goes to get regain map control. It looks like Final Boss is going to get the easy return. Now SQ has to worry about the counter cap. Victor X just stole their sniper.
Yeah, and notice what he did there. He did not wait for it to drop. He dirtied their sniper, so now they're not going to have an idea as to when their sniper comes up. That's going to be huge for this Final Boss squad.
You see, he's not stopping moving, guys. As long as he's moving, that ticker is still going. And he's going to pick up the kill there with the help of Ace, or Fear itself rather, on Ace. And now he's setting up top middle. And it's really hard to snipe when you don't stop moving, Scott.
Yeah, that it is, Chris. But luckily with the Xbox 360 controllers, you got bumper jumper, so you can jump around and snipe pretty easily.
There you go. You got Fear itself making a push for the flag. Victory looking to cover him, looking all over the lobby, can't find anyone. And Fear actually has a sniper of his own. So you really want Pistola or Ogre 2 to be grabbing the flag here, and Ogre 2 just picked up those rockets. Final Boss has complete control of the power weapon. Status Quo is in a bad position, Chris.
Yeah, they are. They really have been sitting in their lobby. They have not been able to push out against this Final Boss squad. FB right now has the superior Slayers, the superior firepower, and they're showing it right now in this game.
Final Boss trying to show why they are the number 1 seed, the best team in Halo 3 right now. Pistola grabbing the flag as Victor X is taken out. And now we're going over on board with Ogre 2, who had the rockets earlier, and he's just making his way back to his base, knowing that Status Quo is going to make a flag attempt after taking down 2 FB members.
And that was just a sluggish play right there by Final Boss. It's almost like they were trying to spawn kill for an excessive amount of times. You can't do that.
Looks like a flag was trying to be run by Status Quo, but we got Final Boss picking up the return. We're going to go on board with Ace here. And guys, should we go to another listen in? I want to hear what's going on with Status Quo. They shouldn't be giving up. If they can get a flag cap, gets the momentum going, they could easily turn this into a game 5.
Yeah, and they did win the 6-team LAN. They beat Final Boss in the finals 6-2. They know what it takes to win, and they're a great team. They just need to start stepping it up here, start communicating.
Flamesword focusing on the objective, tosses the flag back to his base, and let's crank up our Astros as we listen in with the SQ squad.
We gotta stop forcing the flags.
L2, left shoulder, left shoulder. I'm on a cannon.
I left shockwave. L1 on top left. Top right.
2 blind, 1 left. 2 top left.
L1.
I'm pushing the lobby.
One shot.
Pushing the lobby.
I got him.
R1. That's last guys. Everyone work together. Tell me when I spawn in.
I'm watching low.
Watch spawn.
Now watch top.
Watch this cannon.
I didn't spawn yet. Don't duck him.
Ian, I'm coming to you. Ian, I'm coming to you. Ian, I'm going lobby to you. Ian, our lobby. Oh shit. I know.
I got flags. Top left also.
I traded.
Our lobby, still flag.
Run.
They might have a sniper.
You can catch this.
Nice.
And status quo ties it up 1-1. We're listening back in.
Aaron, come out. I'll need you.
All right, guys.
Where's he going?
Shield where? R1, no shield.
2 top left.
L3 and R3. We gotta kill the lifter. And our snipe. Another cannon power, another cannon door right now. Cannon door. Wait. 2 or 3. We gotta kill the sniper head. They're gonna run it. Hit L3. Got a flag enable. Top right. Aim with their flag lobby, guys. Our flag. Enable jump their power. I got 2. Watch out, R0. Good. Flag power. With their sign, maybe? Yeah, it's probably gonna be the right till in. Dustin, grab it. I got it. Deal with her. R3 and it's wrong. Jump down. Watch out, line top middle. L2 1-shot flame. Line top, no, line top middle. Nice. Snipe, I'm dead. There's a sniper guy in the lobby. There's a sniper guy in the lobby. They're both in the lobby. Last two in the lobby. I didn't get him. I killed him a while ago. Roxy's gonna have rocket L2. Rocket down. At their mark, weak. That's all. Rocket do it. Aim with L2. Have a rocket. 1 hit. He's done. He's right. He's listening with the rocket. Oh, 1 hit. R2, put you down. L2. Where's the rocket going? L2 weak. And R3. Where's the rocket guy? He lifted. Where? It's on R2. L2. Is that a flag door? That a flag door 1 in with the rocket. Is that a flag door? That power. Guys, you need help up top. He's looking up. Watch down. R2. Down. Weak him off. Lock and R3 weak. Flame and assault. Assault 1 shot. In the mark. 2 L3. Assault 1 shot. Lifter. And at the snipe. You got the snipe. Lifter's weak. R2. 1 shot R2. What's he do with the lifter? Lifter snipe base. 1 shot R1 at our snipe weak. Flame. Is there flag or snipe somewhere? Top right. Is this sniping in our top left? L1 right sniping. Is that a flag? At a flag door right now.
I got him. I'm in the cannon door. Cannon guys. Hey, I got you low in the
Backstage. You have the strike back. I got him.
Backstage and back flag.
I got a double.
One's gonna cannon. Baby's gonna cannon.
They're cannon again.
Their cannon door as well.
Here's their cannon.
Lift it, guys. Lift it.
Their cannon door.
Our cannon. Abort.
Watch my door. Kill the lobby. L3 and R3.
Shield, dude. R3, kill him, Mike. Kill him.
He's dead.
Last 2 guys on our base.
Hey, tell me.